Hello English 1102 students, and welcome to the 6th week of the A-Term English 1102 class. So we are moving right along here. I've graded your poetry essays. I've given those back to you with your grades and my comments. I tried to do that as quickly as I could in case some of you wanted to do your research paper on the poem that you were writing about instead of doing your research paper on the actual short story. So those essays have been graded and returned to you. You can see your comments on those the same way you saw them on the prose paper, just by going into the drop box and following the directions on that handout, if you still have that copy of the handout. All right, or even if you don't still have a copy of the handout, it's still the same way you do it. All right, so tonight, Monday night, is the first draft of the annotated bibliography. And I've given you a video, I've given you a sample of annotated bibliographies, I've given you handouts by the Purdue Owl, and so on and so forth. The one thing that's important here is that you get it in so that I can look at those tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean Tuesday. I'm going to be looking for the quality of your research and the formatting. Remember that there is a change in MLA formatting. And I have given you a handout in the, I don't remember if it's the research paper folder or the MLA folder, but it talks about how to convert your entries on the MLA folder from the actual 7th edition MLA, which is what you're going to get when you do the copy paste off the site tools on Galileo and Gill, and convert them to 8th edition. And it's a step-by-step. Pay attention to where periods turn into commas, pay attention to what gets deleted, pay attention to anything that's added. So be very careful about that. And like I said, I'll look at those on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, your first draft of your research papers due. It doesn't matter about the comments on the annotated bibliography, even though I will do my best to get those to you quickly, because of the fact that I will you can do your research, or I'm sorry, you should have done your research by now. You can do your first draft of your research paper, mainly because, one, you're not writing a paper from scratch, you're just doing an expansion of an earlier essay. So basically you're taking research and adding it to what you already have, and that can just be additions, or it could totally change your paper depending on what you find on your research. So you can still work on that research paper even though I haven't commented on the annotated bibliography yet. So have those in by Wednesday, because then I'm going to be spending the next several days after that trying to get those comments in. Now also what I want you to do is trifles. You have about 10 days on that. Remember, this is an A-term semester, so I can't give you like 2 full weeks or anything on trifles. Trifles is a very short play. That's why I have selected it. If you go to the trifles folder, you'll see the information that you need to do that essay. But you will also see a video of a film version of trifles that has been done by some people up in Pennsylvania. So it's a very good one. It's very close to the actual play. You can almost, but not quite, but you can almost read along with it as you go. So if you do watch the video, don't just watch the video and count on that. Read along with the play itself, in addition to watching the video and how these actors and actresses have portrayed those roles. So you're working on trifles, and you're working on getting that first draft research paper in. So while I'm commenting on the first draft, which again you have until Wednesday to get in, you can then be working on trifles and get that essay knocked out, and then the rest of the semester will be just fixing what needs to be fixed to get a good grade on that research paper. So that's everything for this week. I hope that everything's going well for you. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me by email, by phone, or by office visit. And we're coming down the home stretch now, folks, so this is kind of exciting. Having these short semesters like this is very stressful because we try to cram as much work as we can into 8 weeks, which normally would take 16. But the good news is you've only got about, looking at my calendar on the wall here, you've only got about 2.5 to 3 weeks, and then we're done. So let's not lose steam now. Let's go ahead and finish up strong, and if you have any questions, contact me.